In today's America, we're governed by people whose names we don't know, whose power we didn't consent to, and whose positions are never up for a vote. The vast majority of laws no longer come from Congress. They come from unelected bureaucrats. Big tech barons decide what you say and see in the public square. Global financial institutions impose ideological litmus tests on how you run your business. The media, academia, and a powerful network of foundations and nonprofits work in tandem to discredit political dissent. That isn't a republic. It isn't even a democracy. So what happened? The political theorist James Burnham called it the managerial revolution. The early 20th century saw the rise of gigantic new bureaucracies, sprawling corporations and labor unions, huge media and entertainment conglomerates, education administrations, and the federal bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. The result was the emergence of a new ruling class of professional technocrats. Burnham described them as the managerial class. The managerial class isn't just a random selection of American citizens. They are selected, sorted, and trained in the same elite universities. They cluster in the same geographic enclaves, and they share the same political worldview. These elites are dispersed across both public and private institutions, but they operate as a unified class. Under their leadership, what had once been independent and autonomous institutions began to function as one single machine. We see this everywhere today. During the 2020 election, elite institutions mobilized as one to discredit the bombshell report on Hunter Biden's laptop. Big tech censored the story, powerful media outlets ran cover for that censorship, and members of the security state falsely denounced the report as Russian disinformation. What's more, reports suggest that the FBI was holding weekly meetings with big tech to outsource censorship to them in the final months of the campaign. And when Biden took office, his administration began flagging so-called disinformation for tech companies to censor. The censorship industrial complex operates via a revolving door between the intelligence agencies, Silicon Valley, the federal bureaucracy, and a network of pro-censorship nonprofits and advocacy groups. Managerial elites move effortlessly between these institutions. In a very real sense, they're all run by the same people. But so is just about everything else. Whenever their power is challenged, the managerial class circles the wagons. The revolt against Trump was waged on the outside by the media and big tech, and on the inside by bureaucrats within the executive branch. The managerial class believes all of society should be run by technocratic experts, hence the COVID slogans like "Trust the Science." They're hostile to institutions that get in their way: families, churches, civil society, and even the nation-state itself. Managerial ideology is radically cosmopolitan, universalist, and globalist. They seek to wipe away all forms of particularity, distinction, and difference. We can't return to the world that existed before the managerial revolution, but we can demand that our system reflects the unique and particular identity, values, and interests of our nation and our people. The modern populist nationalist uprisings across the West are seeking to do just that. The goal must be to replace the current managerial regime with a new ruling class that is loyal to the nation above all else. Only then can we reclaim our national destiny.